As I'm sure you guys heard, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs came out about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago by the time I put this video out. But it was a total flop. Just a total flop. Total train wreck, total car wreck, total plane wreck, whatever other euphemism you want to use. And I say good riddance, guys. Good riddance. It's always fun to see preachy feminists completely fail. And they usually do, because most of them are super incompetent. And there are literally so many people preying on Rachel Zegler's downfall. And this just goes to show that we as a country are no longer putting up with weird preachy feminists. I love to see feminists get owned. There is probably not one group of people I dislike more than feminists. And this is coming from a person whose sister is a feminist and can't shut up about her politics. Trust me, it is not fun going to visit family because my sister cannot shut up about the patriarchy, not shut up about the wage gap, any of that stuff. So I really dislike feminists, and that includes my sister. I love her, but I dislike her. So it is so funny to see a feminist just get completely owned by the internet, and you love to see it. I have not seen one Rachel Zegler supporter on the internet, and it's not like I've exactly looked, but it's weird that I haven't even stumbled across one. It seems like not even the feminists are trying to help her out. She's been abandoned by her own people. But it's kind of funny because now we're back into the era of dunking on cringy woke people, cringy feminists, cringy leftists. Back in the day, well, I say back in the day, I'm only 30 years old. I'm not that old. But back in the day, it used to be called SJWs. Now they're called like woke people. Snowflakes is another term I've heard. But everyone's back to dunking on those people. And it's so funny to see. BreadTube is dying. We love to see it. Clap, clap, clap. L's in chat. I'm speaking as if I'm a live streamer, but I'm not. I'm just a guy with a microphone. But anyway, guys, we're going to be reacting to a video done by a Decoy Voice, and it's a channel that is pretty good. So, but I'm interested to see what he has to say. All right, guys, let's dive into it.
Is apparently gonna lose Disney over $100 million at the box office. With its abysmal 1.5 out of 10 rating on IMDb, it's now less liked than the Human Centipede that got a 4.4. And obviously it's apples and oranges.
It is kind of like the Human Centipede because it's a bunch of crap that they're trying to shove down our throats. Seriously though, when will companies catch on to the fact that no one wants to watch a bunch of preachy woke nonsense except for weird snowflakes who are probably jobless NEETs and can't afford a movie ticket to begin with? When will companies actually start to understand that? I think we're almost there, and I think this helps.
But even left-wing outlets called the movie toe-curlingly terrible, the most controversial Disney adult nightmare ever, and good enough for television.
It's hilarious when leftists start insulting other leftists. It really do be your own people, am I right? It really is like punching yourself in the face, and this is why the left will continue to lose again and again and again, because they can't help themselves. They can't help themselves but cannibalize their own, and it's funny to see. None of them have an ounce of integrity or loyalty in their blood. They'll turn on their own as soon as it becomes politically convenient. So they deserve their downfall, quite honestly.
But to the people that aren't already bought onto her stardom is off-putting.
That despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them,
she is so dramatic, so dramatic. It reminds me of when a basketball player gets barely touched and he goes flying backwards. Like, calm down, just calm down.
that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
How about new?
I'm a narcissist. Was gifted very good cheekbones from God, which is something I thank him for constantly.
But I think the real issue happened over a year ago when we covered this initially, where she went from criticizing the source material.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
Yo, Rachel, Snow White broke into a random person's house and brought in a bunch of animals. Don't you think that's weird? Super weird. No, but the prince is the problem because men bad, right? That's what your feminist programming has taught you?
Because it's hard at being women under the spotlight. People are so critical and just say anything that they would never say to your face.
No.
So, yeah, how has that been for you being able to navigate it?
Just as you said, it's like choosing to be present and know that they are probably just having a really hard day.
Yes.
And I am putting out a movie.
Amen. That's right.
Yeah, and men never get criticized for anything ever, right? Right. But remember, guys, feminism is about helping men too, supposedly. It's not just about bitching and complaining all day about how tough women have it. Women are both empowered and a victim, and depending on what happens, they decide which state benefits them the most.
They treat viewers like I treat stray cats I see in the street. I'll try to convince them to come over and be my friend, but if they pompously walk away ignoring me, then I'll switch to whatever. I don't even want to pet you anyways, you probably have fleas.
It's that nice guy energy, dog. You know the nice guy meme where he shoots a shot with a girl and when she rejects him, he acts like he didn't want her in the first place? That's exactly how Rachel Zegler is. In one breath, she's begging for people to come see her, saying, I just hope that everyone lines up to see what I have to do. And then the next breath, she's trying to pretend like, oh, I don't care what people say. I don't care at all. Just pick a lane, dude. Pick a lane.
More importantly, these movie franchises should focus on creating a fun experience, not coddling the fragile emotions of rich movie stars. As Rachel Zegler has always had something to say, either about women being torn down, or how Trump supporters should never know peace, or how she's sorry she just got emotional.
Breaking news, woman gets emotional. We need to stop coddling women and hold them accountable like we hold men accountable. And Rachel Zegler is no different. In fact, I would argue she needs to be held accountable even more because she has more influence.
Meanwhile, successful movie stars seem to only be seen talking about making movies.
I'm very grateful to be here and to be part of this whole time period. Had we not had the community here to say we will support you in making what we wanted to do. I was always curious, like, what's that person like? You know, I want to sit down and talk to them. I want to live in their world.
Now, does Tom Cruise have parts of his personal life that can turn away potential audiences? Probably more than most leading men, but the idea that he doesn't use it to shame potential audiences is the key difference. Tom Cruise may very well vote Democrat every single election cycle, but I wouldn't really care, as he doesn't try to shame me for not having his same values.
Or wish harm upon Trump supporters, or wish harm upon people who think differently than him. He doesn't do any of that. He just does his job, and that's why he's one of the most successful actors in Hollywood of all time. Rachel Zegler is more interested in her personal politics than a successful career. And that's sad to see. You can always tell when someone's super unhappy with themselves and who they are when all they do is complain about everything all the time.
Just, if you appreciate my concise, light order commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription.
Pretty good video by Decoy Voice, go check him out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you like sports, please be sure to subscribe to my main channel. I just go over sports, that's all it is. This is my burner account, as you can probably tell from the channel name. But go check out my main account. It's sports and sports related content. Anyway guys, peace out.